Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Now the first carry for their fullback. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Gone!
They go play action now. Jackson. These guys man on the crossing route. He got 29 yards that time.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They'll try to run with Hines. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Arizona.
49 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now Rosen on 1st down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Now, check. Patriot! Patriot! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now Rosen looking to throw. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal.
Now, check. Patriot! Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, it's Rosen. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. J.J. Nelson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead.
Let's go!
Josh Lambo now for the point after. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Play action. It's Jackson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On 3rd down, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
No surprise, they try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
A little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
right?
Get
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch him now, Barney. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over. Detroit.
Here's Rosen. Got his man on the comebacker. It's Sherman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
No. Check. Patriot. Over. Detroit.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Gone. Over.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I can be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Lucky 56. Gone.
And they'll run it here. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
On 2nd down, Rosen. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. J.J. Nelson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Lambo on for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
That's it, baby.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And this is incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Over!
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And now here come the Ravens. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
This quarterback now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10.
Gone!
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards on the play. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this. Or keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Jackson.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped a double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Again on second and 10, it's Jackson trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Let's go. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gun, 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 gun. Over. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Here's another of the Cardinal backs. This is David Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive. knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He finds a man with a crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Over! 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 Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Green 39! Green 39!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Watch it now.
On second down, here's Rosen. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Gone. Watch him now, Barney.
To throw is Rosen. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th.
Detroit! Gone! No, check, Patriot!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And now it's Rosen looking. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
On 3rd and 1, Rosen. And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Tim Williams in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Rosen. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Here's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on first down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now a handoff, Johnson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Let's go. 319. 319. Gone.
And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. And an alley to run. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll go on the ground. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Arizona, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Baltimore,